Hello friends, and welcome to your FriYay Pick a card with me, Intuitive Rene. It's so lovely to be back and to do this with you again. Today we're going to do a little bit of a self-care check-in. So I know my FriYay messages are normally quite inspirational and to give you guidance for the next couple of days, but you know what, I think it's time we start doing some work on ourselves. I think it's time we start looking at who we are, looking at what's going right for us, what's going wrong for us, and to see exactly where we're at and how we can improve. Because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you live the best life that you can. I'm here to help you be all that you need to be and all that you can be. So we are going to do a self-care check-in. So basically, I've got a couple of questions that I'm going to be asking, and I'm going to be drawing cards for each of the questions. So make sure that you pick the right bundle that's going to have the right answers for you. And the decks that we're going to be using today is this awesome tarot deck that I did get this week. It is phenomenal. It is a purely animal deck, and you can see the artwork is just amazing. So it's called the Spiritsong Tarot, and because it's Spiritsong, I thought it was quite appropriate to use it to do our self-care check-in. The artwork, like I said, is just phenomenal on this particular deck. And yeah, if you like this kind of feature, if you like the fact that we're going to be not just getting a general message, but actually doing something specific, and if you've got questions, if you've got if you've got a suggestion on the kind of work that you would like to do, pop me a message and let me know, and I will see what I can do to cover it for you. Okay, so if you've got any ideas, if you've got any such suggestions, I am open to it. Right, so I am also, once we've completed our self-care check-in, I will be doing drawing an oracle card for us as well. I haven't quite decided what deck I'm using yet, so bear with me on that one, but we will be drawing an oracle card just to get a comfortable, happy message from Spirit before we end off. What else do I need to tell you? So for those of you who are finding me for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's lovely to have you here. And for those of you who are returning again and again and again, it's so fabulous to have you with us. Thank you so much for your love and support. I really do appreciate it. Remember, on Mondays we do tarot scopes. Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays we have a very short daily reading to give you guidance, and then Fridays we have got FriYay. I did a live session on YouTube last weekend. Actually, it was on Monday, the public holiday, which went actually so well. Was so well received, and I'm trying to figure out how I can incorporate that into my diary, into my incredibly busy schedule. But I'd like to try and do that on a regular basis as well. So watch out for that. Just make sure that you have subscribed to my YouTube channel and click the bell notification so that you get notified if I do go live, okay? Because I might not be able to give you advance notice. But I'm trying to see what I can do for you there. Right, so let me stop babbling because you want to do your self-care check-in. So what you need to do now is let me perform my magic, as I always do. So on screen now will be an image of the bundles that are available to you. So have a look at these and ask yourself, which of these just seems to call out to you? Which of these bundles seems to attract you, seems to draw you in? And which of, ask your higher self, ask your subconscious, ask your spirit, which has the answer, which has the information, the guidance, the inspiration that you need right now. And when you know which one you're going for, so if you are on YouTube, in the description below you will have the timestamps, or you can use the little time bar and you'll be able to jump to your bundle straight away. If you are on my blog, below this video will be bundle 1, bundle 2, bundle 3, whatever it is, and you can go straight there. So you don't have to watch the whole thing. If you do want to watch the whole thing, then that's fabulous. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you want to just watch your section, then at this point you can jump straight across to that. So let me stop babbling. Let's get straight into the bundles. I'll see you there. Okay, right. So welcome to those of you who chose bundle 1 as the bundle for you today to do your self-care check-in. So if you haven't watched the intro, today we're doing a self-care check-in, which basically means I have a whole bunch of questions that we're going to be asking, and we're going to use the tarot to get these answers. So we're wanting you to do some work on yourself, to figure out within yourself, what is it that is, where are you at in your life right now? What needs your attention? What needs to change? What do you need to work on? What's okay? All right. So we're going to be doing a self-care check-in, and the tarot deck that I'm using today is this awesome Spiritsong Tarot, and as you can see, it is just awesome. It is an animal deck, so it's gentle, it's kind, it's loving, it's all of those beautiful things. So that's why I decided to use it. And then once I've completed our self-care check-in, I will draw a card from an oracle deck as well. Okay, so we are going to get straight into this. Let me pick up this awesome deck. So this is the back of the cards. Really pretty. And again, it's the lotus flower and the lotus flower that comes through the difficulty. So while I'm shuffling and I have your attention, we are doing a self-care check-in. So basically what we want to do is we want to look at the whole of you, okay? We want to look at you holistically. We don't want to just look at like work or relationships or one aspect of your life. We want to look at the whole thing, all different parts of yourself. So we are broken it up into three. I've broken it up into the body because the body is important. We have to take care of our body. So we're looking at the body first. Excuse me. We then want to have a look at the mind because the mind is equally as important as the body. And if our mind is not clear, it's amazing how it impacts on your body, okay? And then to complete the triad, to complete the three, we're going to look at spirit, all right? So we're looking at body, mind, and spirit today. And we're going to ask two questions of each. So when it comes to our body, we want to know what is the current state of your physical being, okay? So we're not looking at health issues as such, okay? But just from your physical, oh gosh, I have just thrown these cards all over the table. They just slipped out of my hand, so give me a second. So what we're doing is we don't want to look at specific illnesses, you know, because everybody's going to have something. Everybody's got, you know, an ache, a pain, and a problem somewhere. But what we're really wanting to know is we're wanting to know what is the current state of your physical being. Are you taking care of it? Are you not taking care of it? It'd be interesting to see what the cards give us for that. So that has got to do with your physical body. Then we're going to go into the mind, and we want to know what is the current state of your mental self. What is the current state of your mind? What is the current state of, oh my word, I'm really throwing cards around today. Maybe it's telling me I'm shuffling enough. They are quite slippery and they are quite large. So, you know me, bad shuffler and all that kind of stuff. All right, so let's get back to it. So we're looking at the body. We're going to look at the current state of the body. We're going to look at the current state of the mind. And we're also going to look at the current state of the spirit. And when I say current state of the spirit, we're talking about your connection to spirit. We're talking about your understanding of spirit, your relationship with spirit. And when I say the word spirit, let it be whoever is significant to you, okay? Whoever you consider to be your higher, your spirit, yourself, okay? So we're looking at those three areas. We're going to look at the current state of each, and then we're going to look at how do we improve, okay? Because, you know, we're recognizing that there's an issue, recognizing that it's not quite where it needs to be as one aspect, one thing, but we need to know what to do for it as well. How do we make it better? How do we get it in line with whatever it needs to be or wherever it needs to be? So we've got two questions today. Current state of your body, mind, spirit. We're then going to look at how do we improve body, mind, and spirit. So, going to be a long one. At this point, I would recommend a cup of coffee. Go and get yourself something. All right. So as I'm shuffling the cards, we're asking spirit, we're asking the divine to connect with us and to help us ensure that we get the cards that we need to get. The cards that answer the questions of current state of body, mind, and spirit. How do we improve body, mind, and spirit? Let it be exactly what everybody who's watching right now needs to hear, and may it give the answers, the upliftment, and the guidance that is needed for everybody's highest good. And so it is, right? I think I have, gosh, shuffled more than enough. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and you can't see me, but I'm going to just, actually, let's do it like this. I'm going to just cut the pack, and I'm just going to draw straight off the top because I'm drawing lots of cards today. So I'm going to stick these on the side. First card we have. So remember, this first card that I'm drawing is to show the current state of a body. And here we have the Eight of Feathers, okay? So the Eight of Feathers is otherwise known as the Eight of Swords, and it talks about courage and solutions. So you may be feeling like your body's not quite working the way it should be. You may be feeling like your body is a little bit weak, your body is a little bit sluggish, your body is a little bit slow, your body is a little bit stuck, okay? Even though it's got courage and solutions down at the bottom there, it's basically saying to you that the restriction with your physical, so the problem with your physical body at the moment is your perception. So you don't believe your body is strong enough. You don't believe your body is capable. You don't believe your body can. And because of that belief system, guess what? The restriction and the limitation is there. So you need to have the courage to change that. You need to have the courage to actually break free from your own mental understanding or your own perception of your physical body. So the current state of your physical body is that your body is stronger than you realize. Your body is stronger than you give it credit for, but you have to find the confidence and the courage to push, to extend, to go beyond, and to change. Okay, so please understand that whatever's going on with your physical body, whatever's going on with your physical self, you are not trapped, restricted, or limited. You've got to just find another way around of doing whatever it is that you need to. But it's definitely time to be strong, to be brave, to be courageous, and to push through and to find the solutions that you're looking for. Right. So I'm going to leave that one there. Now I want to look at the current state of your mind. And the next one we have is the Four of Shells. In traditional tarot, the Four of Shells would be the Four of Cups. And it's telling you soul-searching and re-evaluation. So you probably are, with everything that's going on in this world at the moment, with everything that's happening around, you probably are re-evaluating. You probably are asking yourself, what is my function? What is my role? So you're sitting here a lot, okay? You're in your mind and you're questioning. You're challenging. You're questioning. You're saying like, well, who am I? What am I? What is my significance? What am I good at? What am I capable of? Okay? So you are probably, your current state of mind is that you are probably soul-searching. You know, we've all been negatively impacted with everything that's going on in the universe at the moment. But you are probably more impacted than others, if I can put it that way. And you are questioning and challenging and saying, well, what can I do? How can I improve my circumstances? So, but it's all sitting here in the mind. So your mind is incredibly active. Your mind is incredibly busy at the moment. And it probably is making you feel a little bit overwhelmed. All right. The other thing that I want to say with the reevaluation part of this card, just to show you across the bottom there, with the reevaluation, it's telling you that it's time to reevaluate, okay? So your current state of mind, all the questions, all the stuff that you're thinking and about yourself and the questions that you're asking are relevant and valid. So don't stop doing it, okay? It is significant and it is important. Right. Next one we want to do is the current state of your spirit. How beautiful are these cards? I mean, I love, love, love. So we've got the Queen of Acorns, which is otherwise known as the Queen of Pentacles. And at the bottom, it's talking about passion and creativity. So your current state of spirit is that you obviously know exactly who you are, okay? When it comes to your spirituality, when it comes to who you are and what your belief system is, you are quite confident, you are quite strong. You do question, you do challenge, you do seek, you do look, you do explore, but you're actually quite strong and quite confident in your own spirituality with who you are and what you are and what you do, okay? So that's quite a good thing. So when I look at all three of these cards now, so when I look at, first of all, the body. So at the body, we have the Eight of Feathers, Eight of Swords, which is basically saying to you that you're feeling trapped, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling caged in, you're feeling like, you know, you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do. So your physical being is not as strong as it should be. Your mental self is also not as strong as it should be because you're thinking, you're questioning, you're challenging, you're doing all of these kind of things. But your spirit, your belief, your faith is strong. And you know what? This is what's going to get you through, okay? This strength, this faith, and this belief system is what's going to help you to overcome whatever the obstacles are, whatever the challenges are that you are facing. Right, so now we're going to do another three cards. Now we're going to look at how to improve each one of these. So the next card that I'm drawing off the top is how to improve your body, okay? So remember we said with the body that you're feeling like your body is not strong enough, not capable, your body can't cope, your body can't manage. You're feeling like that. It's not the truth, but it's how you are perceiving it. It's how you are feeling. How do we improve on that? Oh, gosh, we got so much. Okay, there we go. Got the Magician. The Magician, I love it. Look at that crow. Just look at these cards. They are gorgeous. And the key words at the bottom of the Magician is willpower and creation, okay? So the message of the Magician is often saying to you that you have everything that you need to achieve whatever you want. So how do we improve our relation with our physical? How do we improve our understanding, belief, perceptions of our body? By just getting out there and doing something. Starting small, okay? Start small, small victories. Don't think, okay, I'm going to run the Comrades Marathon and then, you know, you fail on your first attempt. You need to train, you need to prepare, you need to start small and you need to grow. But what the Magician is saying to you is that you have everything that you need to have a better physical body, okay? You just need the willpower to start. And when you have that willpower to start, you will be surprised as to how easy it is, okay? So that is how to improve your body, how to improve your physical being. Let's have a look at how to improve our mental state, our mind. And remember, our mind, we are soul searching. Let me just show you. We are soul searching, we are looking, we are reevaluating, we are questioning and challenging everything here in our mind. So how do we improve our mental state? How do we improve that? Oh, I love this. I absolutely love this. Queen of Shells. Queen of Shells would be the Queen of Cups. And at the bottom, it talks about peace and compassion. So, friends, what this is basically saying to you, if you are questioning, reevaluating, if you've got a lot of stress and worry and anxiety going on in your mind, you need to have some compassion for yourself. You need to realize and recognize that, you know what, it's okay to have a bad moment. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to release out your frustrations, okay? You need to also just give yourself a break. Really, that's what I'm hearing. You need to give yourself a break. Don't be so super critical. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't have these huge expectations that you're just letting yourself down over and over and over again, okay? What these cards are saying to you, what this Queen of Shells is saying to you, she's saying to you, recognize your flaws. We don't want to lie. We don't want to be dishonest with ourselves. Recognize what's wrong. Recognize what's not perfect, but then be okay with that. Have some compassion for yourself. Again, human nature, we're so good at being compassionate or having some compassion for other people and being empathizing with their situation. But what about empathizing with yourself? What about empathizing with your own situation? All right, give yourself a break. Right. So how do we improve on our mind, on our mental ability? By recognizing we are going through a tough time and it is okay. All right. So now let's look at spirits. Now, I don't even know if we need to draw this card because, our current state of our spirit is pretty okay, all right? So what is there to improve on? But let's just see what the cards show. How do we improve our connection with spirit? Oh, I love it. You've got the Six of Cups, and at the bottom it talks about sentiments and joy. So you know what, friends, this is basically saying to you, you've got a strong connection to spirit. Your relationship with spirit is strong. Your relationship with spirit is good, it's solid, it's fantastic. Your faith, your faith is awesome. But the sentiment and the joy is telling you to revel in it and to have some fun and to enjoy it. Don't put so much pressure on yourself again. Sometimes it's nice to just throw caution to the wind and have some fun. And we can do that with our spirituality. It doesn't always have to be serious. It doesn't always have to be so regimented. Spirit do have a sense of humor. If anything, they've got a wicked, amazing sense of humor. So you are allowed to have some fun. You are allowed to enjoy the experience, okay? So do something to connect with spirit, but in a joyful, light-hearted way. Put that sentiment out there and just enjoy the moment. I like that. So all of you who chose bundle 1, we really have such an interesting kind of message that's come through for you here. Your self-care. If I look at all of this, I feel like spirit, your spirituality is perfect, is top. There's nothing really that you need to be focused on there except to maybe just have a little bit more fun with it. When it comes to your mental state, when it comes to your mind, it's like you need to just lessen up on yourself. Just loosen up a little bit. Don't be so hard and judgmental on yourself, okay? Recognize that you are going through a difficult time right now. It's not easy. And it's okay. It's not your fault, okay? It's not, you are where you are and we can't change it. It is what it is, and that is okay. It will get better, okay? The big focus for you is the body. The big focus for you guys is recognizing the physical body, recognizing the challenges that we have with our physical body. And I know you probably don't feel like it. I know you probably don't feel like being all active and sporty and health conscious and all the rest of it, but you actually need to be. You actually need to be. Recognize that you are the only restriction and limitation. You are the only problem in this area is your belief in yourself, because remembering this card here, the Magician, is saying to you that willpower and creation. So you have to be creative. We know we can't go to the gym, so find another way of being creative. Find another way of doing whatever it is that you need to do. So that is your only kind of, if I say the only kind of challenge or problem that you have is looking at, working with, listening to your physical body. All right, but you have everything that you need. So if you were the kind of person who went to gym all the time and now we can't go to gym, find an alternate. Be creative. Come up with a creative way of feeding your physical body, taking care of your physical body. Right. So This deck is just the closest to me, and this is the Enchanted Map Oracle. So let's just get a message from Spirit over and above everything that we've covered already. Just what does Spirit want us to know? What is our focus? What is important? What do you just give us some kind of fun, give us some kind of upliftment, give us some kind of hope for the future. Whoops, really am bad at the shuffling today, guys. Okay, let's see what we get. Just going to take one. That one over there. I love this. Right, so you got the deep freeze. So it's not the deep freeze as in your fridge freezer where you keep your frozen foods. Okay, it's not that at all. It's basically telling you, pause. All right? It's telling you with everything that's happening in your life at the moment, just stop. Just put a pause on everything while you refocus, while you find your center, while you figure stuff out. Don't feel like you have to keep going. Don't feel like you have to be achieving and doing and, ticking things off your list the whole time. It's important that you just stop, breathe, focus, strategize, come up with your plan, and then move on. All right. So, friends, that's bundle one. I do hope that it put you in a place of understanding, a place of comfort, and a place of just better knowing yourself. Remember, the focus today was self-care. You know what you need to do now. You know what is lacking in your life and the things that you need to focus on. So try and put that into motion over the next couple of days, and I think it will actually do you the world of good. And until we meet again on Monday for your tarot scraps, you guys take care. From my heart to yours. Lots of love. And hello to those of you who chose bundle 2 as the bundle for you today. So today we're doing a self-care check-in. Okay, so I've decided to do something a little bit differently. And if you didn't watch the intro and you're not quite sure what it is, so we're doing a self-care check-in where I have a whole bunch of questions that I want to ask specifically for you to help you have a better life, for you to be a better individual, to grow, to adapt, to evolve, to understand, to comprehend, to all of those kind of things. And that's what we're working with today. And I am using this absolutely awesome tarot deck, which is called the Spiritsong Tarot. Just look at the images. Absolutely stunning. I am just loving, loving, loving this deck. It is an animal deck, so there are no people in it, but that also means that it's a little bit gentler than normal tarot. The messages are, of course, exactly the same. But what we're doing, so let me shuffle while I explain to you how it works. So basically, we're looking at you holistically. We're looking at the whole of you. We're not looking at a part of you. We're not looking at just a certain aspect. So today we're not focusing on general. We're not focusing on relationships. We're not focusing on career. We're focusing on you, okay? But the holistic you. So I've broken it up into 3, and that is your body, all right? So your physical being. We're looking at your mind, which is your mental state, the stuff that happens up here. And then we're also focusing on your spirit, your spirituality, and that connection to the divine that you have. So when I say spirit, when I refer to spirit, let it be whatever that means for you, okay? So whoever is significant for you, whoever it is that you look up to, whoever it is that you refer to as spirit, just I'm talking about. So what we're doing is we've got 2 questions. And the first question is the current state. So what is the current state of your body, your mind, and your spirit? So we've got the 3 sections there. So we're going to look at the current state of each one of those. And then the second question that we have is how to improve, okay? So we're then going to look at how to improve on your physical, how to improve on your body, how to improve on your mental, or how to improve on your mind, and how to improve on your spirituality, okay? So quite an in-depth kind of reading today. So I do hope that you've picked the right bundle. Okay, I do hope that you have chosen number 2 as number 2 being exactly the right one for you. Right, so I think I have shuffled enough. Let's get straight into it and see where we go. Okay. This time around, okay, so because I'm drawing quite a few cards, I'm not going to draw them on screen like I normally do. What I am going to do, though, is just show you the whole pack. I want to just cut it over there, and I'm now going to be drawing straight off the top. Okay, so I'm going to put these right here in front of me, and I'm just going to draw straight off the top and let that be exactly what we need. Okay, I just remembered I never set my intention. So we're going back. We're doing it again. Right, forgive me, guys. I've been talking so much today, I forget my own processes. Right, so while I'm shuffling, we're asking that the cards that we draw today be exactly the cards that all of you need to hear. Let it answer the questions that we have, being the current state of our body, mind, and spirit, and how do we improve our body, mind, and spirit. May it give us the inspiration, the guidance, the help that we need for everybody who's watching right now, for all of our higher good. For everybody's higher good who is watching right now. Give us the cards that we need. And so it is. Now I can finish. Doesn't feel right if I don't do that. Okay, so I'm going to just cut it there, and I will now be drawing straight off the top. So the first one we're looking at is the body. So when I talk about the body, we're talking about the physical, okay? So yes, we've all got ailments, and we've all got diseases, and we've all got issues, we've all got stuff wrong with us. So we're not looking at specifics, we're just looking holistically at the body. What is the current state of your physical being? And you have got, just look how gorgeous these cards are, first of all. I want to just hold it that you can see it clearly. There's no glare. So you've got the 5 of feathers. And the 5 of feathers at the bottom talks about strategy and resilience. So your current state of your physical body is that your body is resilient. Your body is doing quite okay. You've obviously got a plan. You're obviously doing something. Whatever it is you're doing, it's creating the resilience. It's creating the strategy. Your body is obviously doing okay. You can see the little animal that we have. I'm forgetting now what animal it is. Forgive me for that. But the little animal that we have has that tough exterior. It's got that tough shell, okay? So it is strong. It is protected. Underneath that, it is incredibly sensitive, vulnerable, and you know, it's exposed. So it needs that tough exterior. So your physical body, you have put that, you have created the strategy that you've implemented has made your body quite resilient, has made your body quite strong. But we need to always understand that without our external, we are vulnerable underneath. So don't push yourself too hard, okay? Don't be pushing yourself beyond your limits. Know what your limits are, know what your restrictions are, know what your boundaries are with regards to your physical being. But my interpretation of this is that your body is actually quite okay. You are strong. You have got your protection in place. You've got your boundaries in place. You know exactly what's going on, but you just need to make sure that you keep reminding yourself of those limits. So I'm going to leave that one in front of me. And now let's look at the current state of your mind. So when we talk about the current state of your mind, we're talking about the stuff that's happening here, okay? Your mental attitudes, your mental understandings and concepts and all of those kind of things. Everything that happens here in your head. Sorry, the lighting is terrible today, but hopefully you can see. So here we have the 2 of feathers, which is otherwise known as the 2 of swords, and at the bottom it talks about decisions and direction. So here you are, this little lizard, and he is merrily climbing through the tree, and now he's deciding which branch am I going to? Where's the food at? Where's the shelter at? Where's the comfort at? Where's everything at? So you are obviously currently in your mind playing up options, playing up like, am I going that way? Am I going that way? What's good for me? What am I doing? What do I want? What do I need? Where do I go? I suddenly feel quite overwhelmed with all the questions. Okay, so you obviously have a really sharp mind. Your mind is thinking. There's all sorts of options and stuff going through your mind. Like, well, if I do this, then what? If I do that, then what? What happens if this? You know, I would imagine that right now your mind is quite busy with all the kind of decisions and trying to pick a direction. And you know, we are in uncertain terms, uncertain environment at the moment with everything that's going on around the world. So it's difficult to make the right decision, and the pressure is on. And we feel so nervous to make a decision because what happens if it's the wrong one? So your mental state at the moment is one of making choices, making decisions, feeling overwhelmed by all of that, but also feeling as if you don't have all the information. Okay, maybe you're feeling like you actually need to know a little bit more before you can make the decision that you need to make. Right, we'll see how to fix that in a minute. Now we're going to go and have a look at your spirit. So as I said earlier on, when I talk about the spirit, I'm not talking, you know, what a spirit is, whatever it is for you, whatever it means for you. We're talking about your spirituality, your faith, your belief, your understanding of the bigger picture stuff. So what is the current state? I love this. Look how gorgeous these cards are. So the Ace of Shells would be like the Ace of Cups, and at the bottom it talks about happiness and abundance. So your spirituality, your belief system, your foundation is fabulous. Isn't that awesome? Your foundation is absolutely fabulous. You have a strong understanding. It's also interesting that the animal that we have here also has that hard shell. Okay, so you are comforted, you are surrounded, you are protected, you are safe. You have that strong foundation, that strong understanding, and that strong belief system, and it brings you happiness and joy. Okay, there's no confusion. There's no like, oh, what, you know exactly who, what, when, and how. You know your belief system is strong, and that brings you joy. It brings you happiness. At least that's one part of you that is strong. When I look at your 3 cards, okay, so when I look at your body, your mind, and your soul, your body, to me, I feel like you've got this. Okay, your body is actually doing quite okay. Your body is strong. Your body is confident. You've got that shell. You've got that protection around you. You've got your strategy. You know exactly what you need to do. The concern that I have, if I have any, has got to do with the mental. It's got to do with the mind. All right. So there's so much going on there, and it is a little bit overwhelming. And you maybe feel like you don't have all the information. You may be feeling like a little bit overwhelmed by everything. All right. So that is possibly the one area that I'm identifying as a potential challenge for all of you. All right. And your spirit is good. So now let's look at how do we improve on this. So we've identified with the body, we've identified that you've been pushing hard, we've identified that you've got a strategy, you've got a plan. Whatever you're doing, it's working for you. Let's just put it that way. Even if you're not doing anything, it's clearly working for you. Your body is not in, there's no imbalance. Okay. But how do we improve on that? Because we always can improve. Well, nothing is ever perfect. Nothing is ever complete. There's always room for improvement. So how do we improve our physical being? Let me see if it's easier if I hold it that side, if you can see it clearer. I think it is. So we have the world, and the little words at the bottom is fulfillment and celebration. So recognize that whatever goals you have set for yourself, okay, remember this is how to improve on your physical body. So whatever goals you have set for yourself, when you achieve them, recognize that. You know what a lot of people do, especially when it comes to the physical, we're so good at pushing ourselves. We're so good at expecting more and demanding more and working harder and working longer and achieving greater things. We don't give ourselves a pat on the back. We don't acknowledge when we've actually done good, okay? Sometimes we have to run a race to complete it within a certain time to get a medal to acknowledge that we've done good. But not everybody gets that. You know, the medals are only for the top couple of people. Those of you who come in middle of the pack, those of you coming right at the end of the pack, you also need some kind of acknowledgement because you completed the race. And I think this is what this card is saying to you, is that when you get to the end, when you've achieved everything, when you've ticked off whatever it is that you need to, even if you're not actively doing anything for your body, the way to improve it is to acknowledge that, okay? Because that's what the world is telling you, fulfillment, celebration. Celebrate and acknowledge that you are okay, that you are healthy, that even if there are things wrong with your body, you've actually got it under control. And that needs to be acknowledged and celebrated, especially on a holistic point of view, because spirit always give what we think, what we feel, what's going on here, what's going on here. Spirit will always give us more of that. So if you constantly are thinking, or if you are ignoring your body, spirit will also start ignoring your body. But if you are putting the attention and the effort into your physical being, spirit will do the same. Spirit always meet you halfway. They always do whatever you do, they do the same. So celebrate and acknowledge that your body is strong, that your body is healthy, that your body is okay. Whatever you're doing is working for you. So stick with that. Keep doing more of the same. That's awesome. Now let's look at the mind. And as I said to you, that was the one area that I was a little bit maybe concerned about, maybe worried about. So let's see what we get for the mind. Okay, so for the mind, let me just see again if I can hold this. Sorry, the lighting is terrible today. We have got the 5 of acorns, and the message at the bottom is challenge and growth. And you know, immediately the first thing I want to say to you is that there is no growth without challenge. Okay, there is no becoming better or improving or change of circumstances without a little bit of challenge. We have to go through the difficulty. We have to cut through the thorns in order to get to the clearing. Okay, and if we look at this gorgeous card, first of all, you can see what the leopard is doing. The leopard is roaring with a big mouth, staring off everybody in order to have protection, in order to have his food, his whatever it is that he's looking for. So, friends, for those of you who chose this bundle, as I said to you, your current state of your mind is about decisions, is about which way do I go, what do I do, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm telling you now with this leopard card, what it's telling you, the way to improve your mind is to actually face the facts. I'm going to say to you, sit with pen and paper and write down all your challenges, write down all your obstacles, write down whatever's going on. Look at it, because when it's in here, you can't see the wood for the trees. When it's in your head, you're really struggling. So we almost need to put it down on paper, and then we need to be the leopard. We need to roar like that and actually just start scratching them off. Scratch off what is not relevant, scratch off what isn't significant, scratch off what isn't important in your life, and through that you will have the growth. But it's also a case of facing your fears, facing whatever's sitting in your mind, okay? We can't just push it back. We can't just push it to the back of the mind and ignore it any longer. We actually have to face it head on, okay? And in doing that, you will grow, you will achieve, you will become, and you will be much happier. All right. So for the way to improve your mental state, the way to improve the stuff that's happening in your mind is to face your challenges head on, to be brave, to be consistent, and to know that without a little bit of challenge, there will be no growth. And growth is there for you. All right. Okay. Now we're going to look at your spirit. And I know we said that the current state of your spirit is fabulous. The current state of your spirit is all about happiness and abundance. But you know what? As I said earlier on, nothing is perfect. Everything can be improved. Everything can get better. So let's see how we get more happiness and more joy from our spiritual connection. Oh, I love this. Oops. Let me see if I can hold it. So you have got the shadow card, and see at the bottom it talks about self-empowerment and ambition. All right, I absolutely love that. So how do you have a better connection to spirit? How do you have stronger and better spirituality? By recognizing the role that you play in it, by recognizing that it's not just something that happens automatically, that you have to be actively involved, okay? Self-empowerment is recognizing the role that you play in it. Self-empowerment is it's not ego-based, okay? It can be. It absolutely can be. But in this particular sense, I think it's just saying that you have to be an active participant, okay? So when they talk about self-empowerment, you've got to recognize that you are substantial, you are significant, you have a big role to play in your own spirituality. And if your spirituality is going to improve, it's because you put the effort in. Okay, so I am empowering you. I am giving you the self-empowerment for you to improve your own spirituality, to do the work that is necessary, and know that it will be okay. But it also says to you that, look at that last word, ambition. You need to know what you're working towards. So when it comes to your spirituality, when it comes to improving it and growing it, where do you want to go with it? What do you want to achieve with it? What do you want to do? What is significant for you? Okay, what do you want to become? What is it that you want to understand? What is it that you want to comprehend with regards to your spirituality? So again, it's about setting targets, it's about having that ambition, and it's about self-empowerment and recognizing that you are the only one who can do it for you. Nobody's going to come in with the tray and everything lay on the tray and say, help yourself. You have to put the effort in. So you are self-empowered to do and to grow and to blossom and to have, let me show you again, have the happiness and the abundance that you want, need, deserve with regards to your spirituality. I love that. Right, so now if I can find it, here I have an oracle deck, and this is the Enchanted Map Oracle. So I'm just going to shuffle this. We're just going to draw one card just to finish it off, just as a overall message, as a compliment from Spirit, something that Spirit wants us to know right now. Whoops, if I don't throw them all over the table. What is it? What else does Spirit need us to know right now? Just a message from Spirit, just to finish it off and to tie it all up and to make us feel fabulous. Let's see what we get. Okay. That one over there looks good. You get goblins. I love goblins. So goblins are basically saying to you that there's always going to be these little nuisances. There's always going to be these little goblins, these little creatures that are going to cause trouble. Okay, when there's these goblins causing trouble, instead of just being irritated, instead of just being like, frustrated and irritated with it, what you actually need to do is you need to get them back at their own game. You need to play back with them, okay? Because goblins do that. They cause a little bit of havoc. They can cause a little bit of trouble. They can hide things, and they can move things, and they can shift things. But their purpose, their reason, their function, the reason why the goblins come into your space is not to annoy you, but to remind you to have some fun. Okay, to remind you to not be so serious, to actually stop what you're doing and have a laugh, have a giggle, and have some fun, because you are too focused and too obsessed on maybe things that aren't as important and significant as they should be. So when those little irritants happen in your life, when those little irritations and nuisances happen in your life, take it as a sign from Spirit. Stop what you're doing. Have a little bit of fun. It's okay. All right. So friends, those of you who chose bundle 2, there is your message. There is your self-care reading. I do hope that it's helped you. I do hope that it's helped you to look at yourself from a slightly different perspective and to see what needs working on and to give you an idea of the way to be better, because that's what we're all here for. We're all on this earth plane to improve and to become better versions of ourselves, to have better understanding, better comprehension of who we are, what we are, and what we're doing. All right, so I do hope that that helps you. If it did, please, as always, I would love a thumbs up from you, and a comment below would be great. And until I see you on Monday for your Taroscopes, from my heart to yours, you take care. And hello to those of you who chose bundle 3 as the bundle that has the answers, the messages, and the guidance that you need today. So if you didn't watch the introduction, today we're doing things a little bit differently. So today I am focusing on your doing a self-care check-in. So obviously, normally I just do these kind of guidance messages, general guidance, general inspiration, but I thought, you know what, it's time that we start improving on ourselves. It's time that we started focusing on the self and finding out what do we need to do to become better versions of ourselves. So we're not saying that there's anything wrong with you, but we're saying that we can all improve and we can all do better. So while I'm shuffling these cards, let me just explain to you exactly how it works. But before I do that, I need to show you what deck I'm using. I am using this awesome deck, Spiritsong Tarot. Just look at that image. It's gorgeous. These cards are amazing. They really are so gorgeous. So while I'm shuffling, what I've done with the self-care check-in is I've broken it up into 3 areas. I've broken it up into 3 categories, if I can call it that, I feel that are important for us. And those 3 are our body, our physical state, our mind or our mental state, and our spirit or our spirituality. Okay, so I'm looking at those 3 areas and I'm asking 2 questions. The 2 questions we're asking today is, what is the current state of your body, your mind, and your spirit? And then the next question we're going to ask is, how do we improve on our body, our mind, and our spirit? Okay, so those are the 2 questions. What is the current state of, and how do we improve it is the second question. And when I say our body, I know we've all got aches and pains, we've all got issues, we've all got stuff happening with our physical body. So we're not looking at specific illnesses, we're not looking at specific diagnoses, because of course that's not what we do, but we're just looking holistically. Okay, the whole idea behind the self-care check-in is a holistic look at who you are, where you are, what's going on, what do you need to be mindful of, what do you need to know about. So when we look at your physical being, we're talking holistically, we're talking from an overall point of view. When we talk about the mental or the mind aspect of it, we're looking at exactly a holistic overview of what's going on in your head. What is your understanding? What is your belief? What is your comprehension? And then when we look at spirit, I am meaning spirituality, I am meaning your faith, your belief, your understanding, whatever works for you, whatever spirit means for you, let it be that, let it be relevant to that. So when I say spirit, it will be whoever and whatever you consider to be spirit for you. Okay, so as I'm shuffling these cards, let's get straight into it. As I'm shuffling these cards, we're asking that all of the people watching right now, so all of you out there, that you get exactly what you need to hear. We are asking for information, guidance, support, and understanding for our physical, for our mental, and for our spiritual. What is the current state and how do we improve on that? Let us draw exactly the cards that we need to give us the hope, the guidance, and the inspiration and understanding that we all need. For everybody's highest good, for everybody who's watching right now's highest good, and so it is. Shuffling complete. Okay, so because I am drawing quite a few cards today, I'm not going to do the way I normally do and fan and draw. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the whole pack on my hand and hopefully I don't drop it on the floor. I'm going to cut the pack just randomly over there, and now I will put it down on the table here and I'm just going to draw straight off the top. Okay, so we're just going to draw straight off the top because we are drawing quite a few cards. So we're starting off looking at our body. We're starting off looking at what is the current state of our physical being. And, oh, I like this. Sorry, I have terrible lighting today, so please forgive me. There we go. I think you can see it there. We have the 8 of crystals, which is otherwise known as the 8 of wands. And I think the animal there is a bison, okay? Strong, hard head and strong shoulders and strong back. And the message at the bottom, or the keywords at the bottom, is dedication and progress. So all of you watching right now, and it doesn't matter what your exercise routine is. It doesn't matter how healthily you eat or whether you have an illness or you don't have an illness. Just understand that your physical body, your physical state, your body right now is you have been dedicated to it. You have been looking after it. You have been putting some effort in, and there is progress, okay? There's definitely positive progress for you with regards to your physical being. There we go. I think you can see the card nicely like that. So the state of your physical body is that it's not fabulous, it's not great, but there is improvement. It is saying that little bit of dedication. You either are dedicated or you need to be dedicated to your physical. Don't ignore it. And considering the animal that's there, and considering, like I said, I immediately picked up on the head and the shoulders. Maybe that's the area that needs work, needs attention, or that's how you are so hard-headed. You go into everything head first. Okay, that's quite interesting. But just recognize that the state of your physical body right now, there is progress, there is improvement, it is getting better. Whatever its state is, whatever's going on there, whatever you're doing, keep doing it because there is improvement for you. Right. So I'm going to leave that one there, and we're now going to go into our mind, into our mental. So what we're looking at here is the current state of your mind. What is going on in your head? What is happening up here the whole time? I love this. These cards are just exquisite. There we go. So here we have this beautiful swan, and the card is the star card. The message at the bottom is peace and healing. So you've obviously come to a comfortable place in your mind. You obviously are quite content with everything, even though you've got stress, even though you've got worries, even though you've got anxieties, and they may be up there, but maybe you're just at a place of comfort, a place of understanding, and a place of peace. The swan is just merrily wafting along on the water without a care in the world, if I can put it that. You know, the swan doesn't know where its next meal is coming from. It doesn't know where its next morsel of food is coming from. But it's not like focusing on it. It's like, you know what, when the time comes, I'll worry about it. So that is the current state of your mind, and that is amazing. And that is absolutely amazing. You know, and I think you need to give yourself a pat on the back. I think you need to give yourself some kind of an acknowledgement that you are not stressing. You have stress, sure, we all do, okay? But you're not allowing the stress to overwhelm you. You're not allowing the stress and the anxiety to consume you, as it does for some people. And I think that is absolutely awesome. The star card is also the card of hope. It's also the card of inspiration, and it's also the card of knowing that in good time, good things will happen. Okay, and that's exactly the swan. The swan is saying, when it comes to my food, when it comes to where I'm going to sleep, when it comes to all of those things, in good time, I'll figure it out. And that's you. So you've got your stresses, you've got your anxieties, you've got your worries, but you're not allowing it to consume you, and that is awesome. I want to give you a high five for that. I want to give you a pat on the back because I think that's fabulous. So that is the state of your mind, current state of your mind, which is really interesting. Now let's look at what's happening with your spirituality. What is the current state of your spirituality? And, oh, I like it. I wanted, maybe if I hold it this side, there we go. Is that a bit clearer? So you've got the Knight of Shells, okay? And the Knight of Shells is otherwise known as the Knight of Cups. And at the bottom, it talks about charm and passion, all right? So you are a flamingo, you've got your one leg up, and it's interesting, immediately I see the number 4 in the legs, and I know that's what they do with the legs, but the 4 is about strength, stability, structure, all of those other positive words, okay? So charm and passion with regards to your spirituality is you know exactly who, what, when, and how. You know who you are, okay? You are quite confident in your belief system, you're quite confident in your faith, but you also know how to make it work for you. So, you know what? All religions, all belief systems, all faiths have got some kind of a structure. And again, the number 4 that I picked up, they've all got some kind of a structure. They've all got some kind of a foundation, all right, that everything is based on. And with you figured out how to use that foundation and how to use that base to your advantage. So that's where the charm comes in. But the passion is also telling you that you believe and you follow and you are faithful with a huge heart. Okay, so passion is telling you that you're not just, some people are very half-hearted in their religion, in their belief system. You are like, you know what, I'm there. And you're probably the kind of person who's not afraid to talk to people about their spirituality, their belief system, and their understanding. You're probably the kind of person who, if somebody asks a question, you're not going to push it down their throat, but you're going to be very open to discussions. You're going to be very open to explaining your belief system, and that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And the charm that you have about you means that people like to listen to you. People like to listen to what you have to say, and I think that is absolutely awesome. So when we look at the current state of your mind, your body, your mind, and your spirit, I'm getting it wrong. When I look at the three of them in front of me here, there's like no big kind of thing that jumps out like, oh my gosh, you need to be careful, you need to focus on this, or you need to focus. Everything seems to be in place. Everything seems to be okay. Everything seems to be all right. When we look at your physical body, it's telling you that there is progress. Your physical body, whatever's going on with your physical, there is progress. There is positive progress, positive forward movement, and that is really good. When we look at your mind, you've got the peace and the healing and the patience and the understanding. There's the card of hope. It's the card of dreams coming true. Okay, and then with regards to your spirituality, it's got your charm and your passion. So the Knight of Shells is telling you that your own charisma, your own understanding, your own belief system, your own comprehension of it is what is getting you through, and that is absolutely awesome. Now we're going to look at how do we improve. So even though we don't have any kind of glaringly obvious problems, even though there's no like, oh my gosh, be careful of this or anything like that, but there's always room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. None of us are perfect, okay? There's always room for improvement, so let's see how. So with regards to your body first, how can we improve our physical being? And here we have the Two of Feathers. Look how gorgeous these cards are. And the Two of Feathers is about decisions and direction. So it's about knowing, what do you want to do with your body? Where do you want to go? What is it that you need to focus on? What is important and what is significant? What do you need to achieve? What do you want to achieve, and how are you going to do that? Okay, so it's about asking yourself questions in the future, because remember, how do we improve? We can't improve now. We can improve for the future. We can work towards improvement. How do we work towards improvement? By knowing what areas need improvement. So you have to be honest with yourself. What's not right with your physical being? As much as you are currently going through progress of improvement, you can speed it up by being more focused and by putting in a little bit of effort, making the decisions and picking a direction. Okay, picking a direction. And you know what's interesting with this card? A little bit of effort will take you a long way. Okay, because that's what I get from this immediately. A little bit of effort will take you such a long way. So don't feel as if you have to, strict routine and strict structures and strict whatever for your physical being. Just pick one decision, stick with that, and that will be enough to get you exactly where you need to be with regards to your physical body. Okay, now let's have a look at your mind. How do we improve? And again, your mind is just, so clear. There is stress, there is anxiety, but it's not overwhelming. So your mind is quite calm. How do we improve on that? Let's see what we get. Oh, I love it. Of course, yes. Look at Panda. Look at Panda. So here we have the Ace of Crystals, and the Ace of Crystals is otherwise known as the Ace of Wands, and it is all about manifestation and prosperity. So your mind is your strongest ally. Your mind is your strongest characteristic. Your mind, if you put it to work, if you put a little bit of effort and focused attention onto your mind, oh my word, I think you'll be quite blown away at what you can achieve. Okay, so manifestation and prosperity. How do we improve on our swan-like, relaxed, casual, happy, hopeful stuff that's happening in your mind? By setting your manifestation goals, deciding on the prosperity that you want for yourself, and go for it. And absolutely go for it. I love that. I absolutely love that. I have nothing else to say there. That is actually quite awesome. Right, and now we want to look at how to improve your spirituality. So we've had a look at your spirituality, and here we have the charm and the passion. We have the Knight of Shells, recognizing who we are, what we are. We are quite confident, quite content. We have strong belief and strong understanding of our spirituality. How do we improve on that? And the card that we draw there, oh, I like it, the 10 of Feathers. And the 10 of feathers is all about recovery and transformation. So, you know what? I think that makes perfect sense, because the place that you're at in your spirituality at the moment is a place of understanding, is a place of I almost want to say being complete. Again, the number 4 on the legs jumps up strongly. And remember, 4 is about structure, 4 is about stability, 4 is about foundation, all of those kind of things. And you've got that, okay? You've got that. But it's time, you're at a point now where you probably want more, okay? You're okay with all of that. You have all this understanding, but you've reached the maximum. And the only way that we can now improve, and remember, that's what this card is all about. This card is about improving. The only way that we can improve is to transform, okay? Is to change from one form, one state to another. So understand, the way to improve your spirituality is to move up the ladder, up to the next level, up to the next run, okay? It is time for progress. It is time for growth. It is time for forward movement, all right? I think that is quite awesome. So the 10 of feathers is basically saying, and recovery, I think, is an interesting keyword as well. Just let me put it there that you can see the keyword. The recovery keyword, I'm interpreting it to say that you've had the recovery. You've had the recovery, okay? This charm and passion has been your recovery, because you, as much as you've been content and as much as you've been happy in where you are and what you believe in and what your understanding is, but there's been no progress, okay? The 4, again, the 4 of the legs that we saw there is stability and structure, but it could also be on the reverse, stagnation, all right? So I think it's time that you allowed yourself to go up to the next level. You've had your recovery, you've had your rest, but it's time to progress. It's time to progress, transformation. And, you know, transformation means about shedding skin. It's about letting go of the old you and about emerging and coming out of it as a brand new you, but a more elevated, advanced, higher up, significant version of yourself. So it's time that you evolve. How do you improve on your spirituality? By evolving. I like it. So friends, I'm now going to pick up Oracle deck, and this is my Enchanted Map Oracle, and I'm going to give it a shuffle, because now basically what we're looking for, we've done our self-care check-in, we have a better understanding of where we are and what we need to work on and what we need to do, what's good, what's not good. So now let's just say to Spirit, can we just have another little piece of information, just another little message, just to seal it off, just to close it off, just to end it off. What is it that Spirit need us to know as well, over and above everything that we have covered already? What is the message that Spirit have for you today? And I think I've shuffled enough. Let's see what we get. Oh, I like it. So we get storm fields, okay? So storm fields, you can see there's the storm coming, and we are walking the path, and we are heading straight into the storm. Does this mean we need to panic? Oh, absolutely not. What it does mean, though, is we need to hunker down. We need to brace ourselves for the storm, but we need to make sure that we've got protective clothing, protective gear, protective stuff. We need to make sure that we are ready, and that's exactly where I think this transformation comes in, because everything is shifting and changing. You know, what does a storm do? Storms clear, storms rejuvenate, bring fresh energy, wipe out old and bring through fresh. And I honestly believe this is connected to your spirituality. I honestly believe that for all of you watching right now, for all of you who chose this message, whether you want to hear this or not, understand that there is some work to do, especially with regards to your spirituality. It's time that you go up to the next level. And if you are resisting, then this tornado or this hurricane or this storm that's coming your way is going to force you out of your comfort zone. Okay, so rather shed your skin voluntarily, rather let go of the old and embrace the new and step forward in the way that you need to, in the way that you want to, and be who you need to be. Don't be afraid of the storm. Embrace it. Welcome it. Call it in, because it's going to be awesome. So friends, for those of you who chose Bundle 3, I do hope that this has been a thought-provoking, soul understanding kind of reading message for you today. And if it was, please can I have a thumbs up from you? And I would love, love, love to hear from you. That is all I have for you. And until we meet again on Monday for your tarot scopes, from my heart to yours.